Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am so happy to have on Catlea. They've just released a fantastic new single. It's called Someone's Got to, and I'm truly so excited to talk to you about this. But before we get going, how are you doing today? What's going on?
I'm great, and I'm so excited to talk to you too. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. This is no joke going to be the highlight of my day, so I appreciate you taking the time out of it. As I mentioned before we started recording, I love this song. It's so catchy. And I want to just implore everyone that listens to listen with a nice pair of headphones because the production is wonderful. I have a million questions to ask you. I think the first thing that I want to talk about is, for me at least, this was just a lyric forward song. You're really kind of bearing your soul here, and I want to know what it's all about and what influenced it.
Whew. So first of all, thank you so much. That's
You're
such high.
welcome.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Basically, the song is about my realization that I wasn't doing well and that I um, needed to make some serious changes in my life if I was going to be okay. I used to rely really heavily on external validation, and being a musician, it's kind of impossible at the beginning, especially when you start out really young, to
Yeah.
not rely on that external validation because it's really easy to correlate. The more people like me, the more money I make, the better I do, the more I'm allowed to like eat and stuff. And like that's
Exactly.
a lot of pressure. And so that kind of mixed into my perfectionism and OCD and other issues. And then I coped with it very unhealthily, with a little bit of drinking, a little bit of everything else. And
Sure.
well, not everything else, but
But
um,
yeah, I get you.
but yeah, when I wrote Someone's Got to, it was before I had really figured out how to love myself and how to be the best version of myself, or at least a better version of myself. And I um, sort of wrote it as a promise to myself that I was going to get better and I was going to love myself because I don't need what other people think or feel about me. I need to be myself, and then the people who want to be around me will follow. And either way, even if they wouldn't, I want to be happy and alive and well. And so those
Uh,
things matter way more than, but what if my numbers don't go up?
exactly. I first off, I respect you so much for even talking about that. I know how hard it is. I hear that a lot from the people that I speak to, but the main thing is like a lot of people don't want to confront that. You know what I'm saying? They live with it because they I think that being on the path of being an independent artist is there's so much pressure because obviously it's all about the numbers and getting your music out there, but it's also like being a full-time content creator that is like, oh, this was part of the job. I have to do this too. And there's just a million different things. So thank you for talking about it because that's a big deal.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, it is a lot. And I mean, to be fair, I chose it. I chose to do this, so it's
Still,
not anyone holding me at gunpoint, but like,
right.
yeah, it's I take my whole personality and I try to give that to people, and that's my job. So it can be kind of difficult sometimes when balancing who I am with what people think of who that is, with like
Yeah,
having self-worth and all that fun stuff. But yeah, that's basically what the song is about. Just
nice.
realizing that what is most important is my own self-perception and doing things that are best for me and becoming the healthiest version of myself.
Totally. Well, listen, you're unbelievably talented. It'd be a shame if you didn't pursue this. So thank you for pursuing it and obviously repercussions, but the music speaks for itself. I I think we need to talk about, I mean, again, a little bit of everything, but just the production on this song is so beautiful. Like, I think in my opinion, the songs that I enjoy the most are less is more. And you don't overload the listener here with 27 different instruments and overdone production effects and vocoders and everything. It's you right at the forefront. It's acoustic guitar and it's strings and there's some little odds and ends, but the simplicity of it all kind of makes me listen to the words more, but I'm not bored by listening to the song. So with all that being said, how did you kind of construct the blueprint of how you wanted this to sound?
So with this song in particular, as I've done many times in the past with a lot of my songs. I was working with a studio in Barcelona called Room 2 Studios with producers Jason Bashov and Oscar Garcia Bragado, who are two very good friends of mine. And I basically gave them reference tracks for what I was thinking. I gave them the idea of what was in my head, and um, told them the basic instruments and ideas, and sort of showed them just as best as I could from across the screen, because we were far away from each other at that point,
Yeah.
what it was that I wanted with the song. And they did an incredible job of taking
Yeah.
what we had and putting it on the paper, as they so often do. Um, I will say that as you mentioned before, I have an EP coming out that's attached to this
Yeah.
um, song, and you said you really prefer less is more. You're not going to like the full
No,
text. No, I mean maybe you will. I hope you will.
I'm gonna
But
listen no matter what, so I'm gonna find something to like, but
it's
please go
it's
on.
it's definitely music maximalist. Like what I was going for with the rest of it, is I was trying to do like a harder sound to sort of um try to capture what was going on in my head. The song Someone's Got To, it's like the conclusion to this story of me going through all of these feelings and emotions and horrible things. I'm like grieving the version of myself I thought I was
Yeah,
supposed to be. And then it concludes with this very lovely, peaceful, everything's calm now song.
sure.
But the rest of it, I got the chance to sit down with a producer in London where I was sat right next to him, back seat producing the entire
That's
time.
awesome.
This is exactly what I want. I want all these things. I want all of these sounds.
Sure.
I want that chord to be slightly different. And it was really cool. But it is definitely a maximalist version versus
That's okay.
simplicity, and the production value on Someone's Got To. I'm always amazed by Jason and Oscar and their ability to make my songs just sound so wonderful. The way that I'm hearing in my head times 10. And it's the same with the rest of it. It's just a very different approach. I'm very excited for.
I think I'm going to like it. You know, I say that, but I think at the same time, like, because you're kind of at the helm of deciding what things sound like, I have no doubt that it's going to be a cohesive record. You know what I mean? Maximalist maybe, but we'll see in due time. But I'm excited for it. Is there anything else that you can talk about? Like names or release dates? Do you have those in mind or do you not want to say?
I feel like if you want to hear any of the songs, unfortunately, you're just gonna have to come to some of my shows because we're starting to roll them out at
I
shows now.
mean, there you go. How have the shows been coming along?
They have been going really well. They've been going great. We took a little bit of a break for a while because we were recording
Yeah.
and releasing and all of that fun stuff. But we're getting back into it. Actually, this weekend we're going to be doing a festival,
Nice.
so I'm excited for that.
Very cool. Okay, great. We will leave it at that. I want to go back to this song because
Yeah.
I could talk about the new stuff all day, but there are some important things. Um, so okay, as far as genre goes, I feel like this is very much rooted in pop music, but pop is such a wide umbrella of subgenres and this and that. So like how exactly are you explaining this to people for if they haven't listened to your music before, like what's the elevator pitch for it, I suppose?
That's a great question. Honestly, I really struggle with defining what genre a lot of my songs have been in the past. I just say indie pop or alt pop or whatever because it's
Okay,
indie whatever is the little joke I make to myself each time. So I don't really know. But with this one, I think
sure.
it's definitely the like alt pop singer songwriter sort of like diversion from a much harder, again, not to mention the other
Yeah.
song project, but it's like that, when you listen to something that's a little heavier and then there's one song on it that's just like, here is the happy, sort of sweet song to
This
cut the
this
tension.
is that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very like half alive when they're in a good mood.
Okay. I understand. Okay. And I don't, I asked that question and I know that there's never a right answer. I think it's actually kind of fun sometimes to post your music and have people decide for you because not only does it create a conversation, but it's just like I don't know, music is so subjective. It can feel like anything to anyone. And I don't know, you kind of just leave the door open for it. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a wonderful thing. I also want to know about your influences because, again, we talk about these other songs sounding different, but this one in particular, um, let's play a game of like if you like this artist, you might like this song, or even just, who you were listening to at the time of this being written.
Gosh, I feel like I already, showed my cards in the last answer because Half Alive was the main influence there. I mean,
Okay,
I was listening to them a lot. I think that the way that they come up with lyrics and instrumentals is incredible. I mean, they literally take poetry and turn it into songs, which I just think is a beautiful art form. And it's also that vulnerability that I really value and appreciate. There's
yeah,
also always undertones of like Paris in my music. I just feel like um, I I've listened to so much Paris in my life that the
yeah,
vocals would just naturally show up that way, at least to me. And I feel like that those are the two that I was like that I can pinpoint sound anything at all like what I was trying to do.
sure,
Again, not all Paris songs, like one or two of them still. Um, but honestly, with a lot of my music, I write it when I'm not listening to anything else. I write it separate from what I'm listening to because I'm just trying to get the idea out of my head in whatever way it comes out, in whatever form it might turn into. It doesn't really matter to me to recreate something that I'm listening to right now as much as it matters to create the thing that's in my head. And sometimes that
yeah.
ends up sounding like one thing, and sometimes it ends up sounding nothing like anything I've listened to at all.
Exactly. Well, I guess I mean that goes a little bit into the process side of things. Does it always start with lyrics with you? Like, or do you get like a beat in your head or like an instrumental going on, or does it, change from song to song?
This is another question that's always really difficult for me because for me it feels like almost every time the melody and the words show up at the same time. I just sort of I don't really think about the melody or the
Sure.
words. I think I just sit down and think about the idea of what I'm trying to say, and then I stream of consciousness it with my voice notes recording until I get the thing that I'm looking for.
I mean, that seems normal enough. I mean, that's the thing about songwriting is there's no right or wrong way to do it as long as it ends up in how you sound. And like the moment you told me that you're backseat producing, I find hilarious because it's like you have this idea in your head, you know how you want it to sound. But if you don't have like the expertise of using the programs and stuff, you have to explain it in a way where it's like, please just like enter my mind for a second and try to like lay out what is happening here.
Exactly. I'm just sitting there like, make it more splangy. And the producer's like, I,
Like,
I
sorry, what
think
does that
there's a
mean?
preset in Pro Tools for that. Let me look.
Exactly. No, I love that though, because again, at the end of the day, you are the person who is you operate as a solo artist, at least by name. So I think 99% of people who listen to music they don't have a care in the world on how this was made. They just want to click play and enjoy it. And so you need to be the person that's like, well, if my name's going to be on this, then this is how it needs to sound, and we're going to do this until it's right.
Yeah, I think for sure. I also on that note, feel like it's kind of a little bit of a shame that people, see my name and they go, okay, great, you made the song. That's all I need to know. Because
Yep.
like it's totally fair. That's just how music works. But
Yeah.
so many talented people that go behind the things that I release. Like, yes, it's my ideas, it's my songs. I come up with the lyrics and the melody and the chords and all of that. And even with the, sitting there going, hit that button in the recording studio, I'm doing that. But like, I, my partner, my life partner is my guitarist and
Nice.
been for longer than we've been partners actually, and is just an incredible musician. Like I said, Jason and Oscar, they're both incredible musicians and producers, and I owe a huge chunk of my music career to not just them helping me create it, but them guiding me through just life. And then, just there's so many people that go into making something so like refined and
Right.
talented and like I think that my music is great, not because I'm like so proud of myself, but because I'm so proud of the people that I've worked with who helped me get my ideas out of my head. Like
Yeah.
I could rant about them for hours, how much I appreciate it.
No, and I'm happy that you would because a lot of people take it for granted. And also a lot of people in today's music making world, they obviously either they self-produce or they outsource it. They find people online where they can send, their vocals to and they're like build a song around this. And then obviously comes the entire conversation of AI music of like just let me sing into a microphone and you do everything else and we'll spit out a song in 10 minutes. So the fact that you are doing things real, you're having legitimate human connection and making this is like it's almost a shame that you need to be proud of someone for doing that instead of just taking the easy way out nowadays. It's kind of terrible.
Yeah, I agree. And also not to like not be media trained for a second, but I will square up with Suno. I don't care.
Beat their ass, do it.
Oh my gosh,
No, I'm right there with you. It's absurd. It's absurd.
there was this is a quick diversion, but we've like tried to post something on Instagram the other day to like promote a show, and it kept popping up as AI content, and none
Right,
of it was AI. We deleted it and tried to fix it multiple. It's just a picture of me.
right.
Like
But
I
people will
don't
scroll and they'll be like, ooh, 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 ooh.
yeah.
Yeah,
The panic attack I felt being like, no, 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 I'm not one of them. I'm not one of
right.
them.
Wait, did you fix it?
We did fix
Okay,
it.
good.
My manager
Amazing.
spent all morning making sure that problem was
Wow.
resolved. By the time that I saw it and heard about it, actually, it had already been fixed, but like because of the time
Wow.
and my schedule and everything. But I was panicking. I feel
Yeah.
like AI in creative fields at all is just like that's the opposite of why we were told that AI would be useful anyway. And like
Yeah.
that's just like 1% of a million arguments I could make. But yeah, I just
No, I could not agree more. I right. And if it were to happen to me, I would have been in the same boat of like fix this immediately. Um, Great diversion. I have a couple more questions for you. I want to know, obviously, this song is out, a record is on the way. What does the next 6 months of your life look like?
um so the next 6 months are going to be a lot of shows, a lot of art making because I do all my own assets, all my own cover art and everything as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's fun.
Cool.
And a lot of travel actually.
Nice.
I
Okay.
found out that I'm doing a couple shows in Spain in November,
Amazing.
which I'm very excited for,
Where in
and
Spain?
in Madrid and in Barcelona, which I'm
Two
excited.
amazing cities.
Yes, I love Barcelona. I've never been to Madrid, but I'm very excited to go, and I've been to Barcelona multiple times. Obviously to
Yeah,
record.
I'm more of a Barcelona guy. I enjoy Madrid. Don't get me wrong. I thought the food was delicious, but I feel like Barcelona has a lot more to offer, like touristy wise. Food
I
though, fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like Barcelona is just it's for me because that's where all of my people are. Like
Right.
again, I keep mentioning them. Jason and Oscar, love those boys. They're my boys, and I love
All the
them.
shout
And
outs in the world.
so, yeah, that's going to be my next 6 months is traveling for shows and working hard on getting this project ready for release. Because I'm trying to pivot a little bit, not like a hard pivot, but I'm trying to take things in a slightly different direction and make a bigger, more complicated, complex project than I've ever made before. I'm being vague
Nice.
intentionally.
No, cool.
Um, and it's gonna take a lot of my focus, but that is basically what I'm doing.
Can't stop the art. That's a fact.
Mhm.
Very cool. I'm excited for the future. I guess my last thing for you here is like, Okay, assume that the person that is watching this is going to be listening to your music for the first time. What is an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they click the play button?
I think, first of all, so nice to have you. Thanks for giving my music a shot.
Oh,
And uh, I hope that it helps you to feel seen or understood or a little less alone in the world, because that is what I started making music for when I was a kid. Um, when I was growing up, I didn't know it. No one bothered to tell me, but I was on the spectrum and I felt very isolated and very alone and very like, why do I feel different? Why does no one understand when I'm talking? And so I started to make music because it made people understand what I was trying to say better. And then a lot of people have come to me and said, hey, I feel seen and I feel understood and I feel um, less alone in the world now because of your music, which is just, it's completely shifted the way I look at the world. And that is all to say that, especially if you listen to this new song, Someone's Got to, and you're going through any sort of self doubt or self confidence issues, or you're going through addiction, or you feel like the people around you don't love you enough for who you are. Just know that you're not the only person in the world who feels that way. Lots of people do. I did. Still have days where I struggle, but it will get better. It can be okay. And you can find ways to heal and grow and become the best version of yourself. Even if you are having the worst day of your life, you're still lovable.
that
And
was a beautiful answer. You're gonna make me cry. That was
awesome.
incredible. Thank you for doing that. If that's not a reason to listen to your music, then I feel like you've lost everyone. So thank you for saying that. Um, before we wrap up here, please let me plug your music one more time for everyone out there. So, um, if you've made it this far in the interview, you probably already know, but I'm speaking with Catlea. The song is called Someone's Got To. We will have the links everywhere so that you can listen and share and follow along and stay tuned for more. There is obviously more music on the way. Now is the time to pay attention because I feel like we're at the beginning of a new era. I'm so excited for it. And sincerely, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed this.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been, same as you said before, this has been the highlight of my day.
It's awesome. Amazing. All right, listen, have an amazing rest of your night. I hope to speak soon. And again, thank you. I really love doing this. Thank you.
I hope you have a great rest of your day too. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.